Hello students, welcome back to ASHISH single #maths. In the chapter linear equations of class 10th, we have done most of the exercises. We have seen different type of substitution method, elimination method, cross multiplication method, etc. Now today we are going to take up the optional exercise. Students, in NCERT book it is written that optional exercise is not very important, not important from the point of view of exam, but you have to do an optional exercise as there have been questions in the past year which have been asked from optional exercise. So these are not direct questions. You need to understand these questions properly and then attempt it. So keep listening and we are going to make it very simple for you. Like the first question says, two ages of two friends, Ani and Biju, differ by 3 years. Ani's father Dharam is twice as old as Ani and Biju is twice as old as his sister Kathy. The ages of Kathy and Dharam differ by 30 years. Find the ages of Ani and Biju. The main problem with this question is they have not mentioned that who is elder. Ani is elder or Biju is elder. There is no question like this in the previous exercises. Now, whenever this kind of condition comes that it is not mentioned who is elder, then we have to consider two different cases. So I am going to explain you how we are going to consider two different cases for these kind of questions. So we say that we assume let Ani's age be X and Biju's age be Y. So we will take case 1. Case 1, if Ani is older, because we don't know who is older. So we take if Ani is older than Biju. Then what happens? If Ani is older than Biju, then X minus Y is equal to 3. This will be our first equation. Now we also have to take the second case. If Biju is older than Ani, then what happens? We will have Y minus X is equal to 3, or we rearrange it as minus X plus Y is equal to 3. So this will be our second equation. Now what does the question says? The question says that Ani's father Dharam, I write D for it, Ani's father Dharam is twice as old as Ani, 2a. That means 2 times X. And it is also given that the Kathy, Biju is twice as old as his sister Kathy. So for Kathy I write C. So C is Biju's age divided by 2, which is Y by 2. Do you follow? Dharam D is equal to twice of A, which is 2x. Kathy, which is B by 2, which is Y by 2. Now the condition given is the ages of Kathy and Dharam differ by 30 years. Now students, since Dharam is a father, so it has to be D minus C is equal to 30, and then we substitute these values as 2x minus Y by 2 is equal to 30. Let us simplify it further. So we get 4x minus Y is equal to 60. This will be our third equation. So in this question we have got 3 equations. Now we have to solve 1 and 3, and then we will solve 2 and 3 also. So on solving 1 and 3, the first equation was x minus y is equal to 3, and the third is 4x minus y is equal to 60. We observe that y have got same coefficients, so we subtract them. This gets cancelled, so we get minus 3x is equal to minus 57. So x value comes out as 19. if I substitute this value of x back into this equation, 19 minus y is equal to 3. So minus y is equal to 3 minus 19. So y value is 16. So this we have solved first equation and the third equation. Now we are going to solve second equation and the third equation. The second equation was minus x plus y is equal to 3 and 4x minus y is equal to 60. In this case, since y have got already the opposite sign, we add the two equations. So we get 3x is equal to 63. So x value comes out as 21. We substitute x value as 21 over here. This goes to the other side. So y value comes out as 24. So dear students, we have got two kind of answers over here. So we will write Ani's age can be, because Ani was x, 19 or 21, and Biju's age can be 16 or 24. So dear students, you have seen that it's in this kind of question, because whether Ani is elder or Biju is elder was not mentioned. That's why we have to take two cases, when Ani is older than Biju and when Biju is older than Ani. So remember to solve these kind of questions in this way. Now let us see the second question. That is another different type of question. One says, give me 100 friend, I shall then become twice as rich as you. The other replies, if you give me 10, I shall be 6 times as rich as you. Tell me what is the amount of their respective capital. This is a question taken from Bhaskara 2. It is already written in the NCERT book. Now students, this is a conversation between two friends. Now here we assume, let first friend has got x rupees, has got rupees x, and the second friend has got rupees y. We will take case 1 and case 2 separately. Now the case 1, the friend says, give me 100. So that means the first friend will have, because he is saying give me 100, x plus 100. Then what happens if he has got 100 rupees from the first friend? The second friend will be left with y minus 100, because he has given 100 rupees to first friend. If this is a condition, then according to the question it says, I shall then become twice rich as you. That means x plus 100 will be twice of y minus 100. I shall become twice as rich as you. Now we open this bracket, we get x minus 2y is equal to minus 200, and this 100 also comes over there, so which makes it minus 300. So this is your first equation. Now case 2. Case 2 says, the second friend says, if you give me 10. So the second friend will have rupees y plus 10, because he is asking to give 10 rupees to him. Then what will happen to the first friend? The first friend will have x minus 10. So second friend has got y plus 10, first friend has got x minus 10. Now what is the relation between them? His second friend says, I shall be 6 times as rich as you are. That means y plus 10 will be 6 times x minus 10. Second friend becomes 6 times richer. So this is 6x minus y is equal to 10, and minus 60 goes to the other side. That becomes 70. So students, we have got two equations. Now let us solve equation 1 and 2. So the first equation, 6x minus y is equal to 70. First equation we multiply by 6. So 6x minus 12y is equal to minus 1800. Let us subtract them. This gets cancelled. This is 11y is equal to 1870. So y is equal to 170. The second friend's share is 170. Substituting this back into the first equation, we get x is equal to 40. So this is the share of the first friend and this is the share of the second friend. Now we move on to question number 3. Another very different question from the questions we have done earlier. A train covered a certain distance at a uniform speed. If the train would have been 10 km per hour faster, it would have taken 2 hours less than the scheduled time. And if the train was slower by 10 km per hour, it would have taken 3 hours more than the scheduled time. Find the distance covered by the train. See student, in this we have to use the relation speed is equal to distance upon time. If you remember earlier also we have said that the relation is speed is equal to distance upon time. So distance is speed into time. So here we are going to form the equation using this relation. So we say that let original speed be x and the original time be y. So students, the distance covered, which is the formula distance is speed into time, will be x into y. See again, original speed is x, original time is y. So distance covered is x into y. Now what does the question says? First case it says if the train would have been 10 km per hour faster, that means new speed is equal to x plus 10. Obviously if the speed is more, new time, it says it will take 2 hours less, so y minus 2. But the distance remains the same. Distance is x plus 10 into y minus 2 and the original distance is xy. So we equate this distance and this distance. Let us open the brackets. We get xy minus 2x plus 10y minus 20 is equal to x into y. So this xy gets cancelled and on opening the bracket we get minus 2x plus 10y is equal to 20. We leave the equation here only. We can divide by 2 but we will see how and what is required in the question. Now the second case says if the train was slower by 10 km per hour. So new speed for the case 2 is x minus 10. Then what happens? If the train is slower by 10 km per hour, it would have taken 3 hours more. So new time is y plus 3. See again, the new speed we have taken is x minus 10 and the new time is y plus 3. So the distance, which will be x minus 10 into y plus 3, is equal to the original distance x into y. If you open this bracket again, xy plus 3x minus 10y minus 30 is equal to x into y. This gets cancelled, so we get 3x minus 10y is equal to 30. This is our second equation. Now let us solve the first and the second equation. Please see here again, the first equation was minus 2x plus 10y is equal to 20 and the second is 3x minus 10y is equal to 30. Let us put it here is equal to 20. If we add them, we get x is equal to 50. We add them, we get x is equal to 50. Let us put this value 50 into the first equation. On substituting the value into the first equation, we get minus 2 into 50 plus 10 into y is equal to 20. So 10y is equal to 20 plus 100. So y comes out as 120 upon 10. So y value is 12. So dear students, we have got that the original speed is 50 km per hour and the original time taken is 12 hours. So this is a question where we have to use speed is equal to distance upon time relationship. Moving on to the fourth question of this exercise, another different question. The student of a class are made to stand in a rows. If three students are extra in a row, then there would be one row less. If three students are less in a row, there would be two rows more. Find the number of students in the class. Before we start this question, imagine that you are in a class and there are two rows and in each row there are 5 students. So how many students will be there in the class? I know most of you will answer 2 into 5, 10, and which is absolutely correct. So here we have to again start with the assumption that let the number of rows be x and number of students in a row be y. If number of rows are x and number of students in a row are y, then total number of students will be x into y. Total number of students will be x into y. Again, in this question there are two cases. First case, when 3 students are more in each row. So if 3 students are more in each row, what will happen? Number of students in each row becomes y plus 3, because there were y students, now y plus 3, and number of rows as per the question becomes x minus 1. So total number of students which we have seen is x minus 1 into y plus 3, which is equal to the original number x into y. See again, x minus 1 into y plus 3 is equal to x into y. When you open the bracket, you get 3x minus y is equal to 3. This is your equation number 1. Now, case 2. In the first case, 3 more students. Now, there are 3 students are removed from each row. When 3 students are removed from each row, what happens? Let us see. Now, number of students in each row becomes y minus 3 and number of rows becomes x plus 2. See again, student, number of students in each row becomes y minus 3 and number of rows becomes x plus 2. So total number of students as will be x plus 2 into y minus 3, that will be equal to x into y. Now when you open the bracket, you get minus 3x plus 2y is equal to 6. This is your second equation. So we can solve the first and the second equation and we can get the answer. So here we have minus 3x plus 2y is equal to 6. We multiply the first. We have 3x over here. The first equation also has got 3x. So no need to multiply with anything. Let us add them and we get y is equal to 9. If y is equal to 9, substituting this value into the first equation, 3x minus 9 is equal to 3. 3x is equal to 12. So x is equal to 4. So we have got x value as 4, y value as 9. But we have to find total students. So total students were x into y. So that makes it 9 into 4 is equal to 36. If you don't write this answer statement, you tend to lose half marks for it. So this is the fourth question, students. Now moving on to the fifth question, another very important question of this exercise. In a triangle, angle C is 3 times angle B, which is equal to 2 times angle A plus B. Find the three angles. Now, one relation you will get from here. C is equal to 3 times angle B. 1 from 3 angle B is equal to twice angle A plus B. And the third relation which you have to use from your own side will be A plus B plus C is 90 degree. A plus B plus C is equal to 180 degree. That is angle sum property. Angle A plus B plus C is 180 degree, angle sum property. So students, we start, let angle A be equal to X, angle B be equal to Y. So angle C, which is equal to 3 times angle B, will be 3Y. To get the first relation, we put all these values back into the angle sum property. We get X plus Y plus 3Y as 180, X plus 4Y as 180. This is our first equation. And to get the second equation, we use a relation 3 times angle B is equal to 2 times angle A plus angle B. If you put the values, 3y is equal to twice x plus y, that gives you 2x plus 2y. Rearrange these terms, we get y is equal to 2x. This is our second equation. Now we can solve the equation 1 and 2 by substitution method. So we get x plus 8x is equal to 180, 9x is equal to 180, x is equal to 20 degree. Once you get x as 20, y is equal to 2 into 20, which is 40. So x was our angle A, y was our angle B. Now what about angle C? Angle C is 3y. So that will be 3 into 40, that will be 120 degree. So students, this is the way we have to solve this question. Now in the next episode, we are going to take up question number 6 onwards. So thank you for being here and watching Ashish Singhal #maths. Thank you.